All
What's up?
right.
What's up, everybody? You already know what's going on. It's Super DJ Sean Rebel, and we got the lovely Tasha Kitty. How you doing, Tosh?
I'm good, thank you. How are you doing today,
All right.
Mr. Rebel?
It's been busy, but it's a hot one. Maryland is hot right now. It's hot.
It's hot everywhere.
So we're gonna go ahead and add everybody to the fold. How you doing, Mr.
Peace.
Austin?
Hello, everybody.
How you
All
doing, Mr.
right.
JC?
Yeah, man. How's everybody doing?
All right.
Oh, you know how we doing.
All right.
How
All
you
right,
doing?
So
guys.
I guess put your hands together. Start clapping now. Start clapping now. Start clapping
All
now. Start
right.
clapping now.
Welcome,
We got the
Yeah.
lovely Miss Kimberly Davis in the
Welcome.
building. How
Welcome.
you
Oh,
doing,
Welcome.
Miss?
Kimberly, you're
Kimberly.
beautiful.
Yeah.
well, good
Hello.
Freak
Kimberly, how you
morning.
doing?
The freak. The chic.
My beauty.
Love
Hi.
it.
Thank you for joining us.
Absolutely. 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 What is going
Yes.
on?
Oh, just so happy to have
Everything.
you
Yeah.
here
Thank
today.
you. Thank you, guys.
Yes, yes. Are we gonna
Awesome.
Yes.
do our normal
It's
introductions,
an honor.
Rebel?
It's an honor.
Thank
Yeah,
you so
so
much.
for everyone who doesn't know, this is Miss Kimberly Davis. She's an acclaimed singer and songwriter known for her dynamic contributions to the disco and house music genres. Born in Brooklyn, New York,
Okay.
Miss Miss Davis rose to prominence as one of the lead singers of the iconic disco band Chic, where she showcased her powerful vocals and stage presence. Her career began in the mid 1980s with the female group Petite, but she later embarked on a successful solo journey, releasing a series of singles. She is now with the group named Du à la Mode, and with a career spanning several decades, she continues to be a significant influence in the music industry. We want y'all to give her a big round of applause and a
Yay.
All right.
welcome, Miss Davis,
Yeah.
honey.
That was
All
aw-
right. All
that
right.
was awesome.
Yes.
Love it.
Well,
Take a
first of
book
all,
time.
thank you again because we all know time is money. But we just,
Yes.
yeah, we're going to chop it up
Yes.
with you today while you sip
Here.
your tea.
Let's
So
do
tell us a
this.
little bit about your early career and how did that with Petite influence your journey as a solo artist?
Yeah, Petite was very much high school. So, when my mom took me to go see this movie called Fame, um, I knew right then and there that I was going to that school. I was like, are they dancing on tables? Like, seriously, what's really good in that school? Because that's where I need to be. They're singing in the hallway. Like, I was all about it. And so I wind up getting in, and that was just the start of me making friends that were doing the same thing. I remember my junior high school teacher, she actually graduated from music and art. So every year in junior high school, she would see that student that she felt needed to go. And so my year came and she was like, I'm going to tell you exactly what you need to do. And I remember saying to her, yeah, but I'm going to go to a school where everybody can sing and I won't stand out anymore. Because everywhere I went, it was like, oh, the baby from birth. It was let the baby sing. So that's just what it was. It was family reunions, the wedding, the funeral, wherever the child could sing, let us sing. So, the school play, all kinds of things. So when I said that, I think she cursed me out. That was the first time I heard her curse or even like had an adult curse at me like that. Because she was like, you're an idiot. You're going to go there. You're going to learn. You're going to learn from everyone there. And she was so right. So getting into that school, one of the girls came to me and said, you want to get in a group with me? And I was like, yeah, sure. And
Oh,
here
wow.
comes Petite. And we were so busy out of school performing that we had to do like 6 months of night school just to graduate. I swear to God, I was like, what do you mean I'm not going to graduate on time? They were like, well, Miss Thing, you're out of school singing elsewhere. But that's just what it was. It was a school where a lot of us were not there a lot because we had found, really we started working young.
Mhm.
We had other people in the school. A lot of people graduated from my school that were started very young. So we were kind of missing school. That was Petite and the beginning of Petite. Oh my God. I think my mom lost years of her life just in that time of my life experience with Petite and Dr. York. Okay, because it was a trip. All
Mm.
right. All the other moms were either older or not around or whatever it was. And my mom was the only one that was like, this is insane. He's exploiting you girls. You can't be here. Like, what's going on? And he knew she caught on. So it was just drama for like those years of from 16 to 19, trying to get from underneath him and stuff like that. But once we did, it was on and popping because the talent was there and we loved each other.
Yeah, that's awesome. And that's interesting to hear because I know usually when you have a talent like that and you go to a school that's focused on your talent, it's very hard to keep up with your schoolwork. I know
Yeah.
your mom played a big part in that. Tell us a little bit about that. Like, how did she keep up with you? And, like,
She
it sounds
she
like you.
couldn't. She couldn't. She couldn't. What are we talking about? She couldn't. It was basically, I hate you, mom. You don't want me to be a star. Like literally, that was the conversation
Oh,
until
man.
until it dawned on me and I got the memo. Like, oh, like the contract that he gave us at 16. My mom was the only one that took it to a lawyer. She took it to a lawyer, and when the lawyer was finished reading it, he started crying. That's how deep it was. He looked in her face and he said, "Please don't let your daughter sign this. Please." He like begged her. Like that's how deep it was. So that's when I knew, like, oh, we got to get out of here. And I was kind of like the only one. You know what I mean? I was like, girls,
Wow.
we can't be here. And then they were looking at me like, okay, now you trying to mess with us. We trying to be stars over here, girl. Get away from us. And I was
Right.
like, oh my God, I couldn't believe it. So I separated myself from them. But it kind of, I wasn't, whatever happens is supposed to happen. Point
Mhm.
blank, period. So that means I wasn't supposed to be with them in their experience. I was supposed to have my own.
That's
And
right.
that's just what it was. And that's how it's been. Love them to pieces. Still talk to them to this day. No hard feelings whatsoever. And we went through it. We were sisters. We cried. We lived together. We did everything. But it was time to go. And when it's time to go, it's time to go. Don't wear out your welcome. Don't do that. Don't you do that.
So wait,
Don't
so
you do
tell
that.
us because that sounds like it really shaped that experience with Petite really kind of shaped you as a person, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
How did you go solo for a little bit
It,
and
it,
and
well,
then
yeah.
get
Well,
with Chic?
what Petite did was give me the work ethic because he had
Mm,
us rehearsing like every day after school. They picked us up and brought us to the studio, and we didn't get home until like midnight. So it
wow.
was like a work ethic. That's what it taught me. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? Because not I travel everywhere, and I don't see that in a lot of musicians. I just don't see it in a lot of musicians, and it wears me out. It wears me out because I went to a school where the ethic was deep and had to be a certain kind of way. So it just kind of wears me out when I don't see that ethic. But that's what it did teach me. It taught me about also being in a girls group, period. Being in a group, we were all thrown together and didn't know each other. Tisha was the one that went to my school, and
Mm.
she was the one that knew everyone. So she knew Monica, she knew Julia, she brought us all together. So that was the vibe. Um, and I mean, I don't know. It was just a time where, at that age you're moldable. You're ready to learn everything. So everything he taught us, we took, how to hold a microphone, even how to walk on stage, how to talk. Oh my God, he taught us how to talk in interviews because we were young. We were like, anyway, that's how we were talking. And and he was livid. So we got training for stuff like that. So those were the things, the etiquette, we're ladies, the girls, things that girls do, how to act. They they stopped us from doing certain things like going on tour with guy groups. Like,
Mm.
New Edition wanted us to open up for them one time, and they were like, not without an escort. They didn't even want us to have an escort. You know what I mean? So it was like they were like, nah, just the girls. You
Oh
know,
no.
absolutely not. So,
Mm-mm.
we were that- the good thing was we were not involved in a lot of that nonsense. We were shielded from that. My mom, and then the fact that they were brothers in the Islam. They were in the Islam community. Dr. York was in the Islam community. So they
Mm-hmm.
were brothers, so they kind of looked out for us. That was the cool part. And they gave us the work ethic and things like that. But we were young, so we were moldable. So we took in everything.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So tell us a little bit now about your creative process and like how does that go when you're writing your music? Where do you take your inspirations from? How do you apply that to your music? And are there any like certain themes that you find yourself, kind of edging towards more than others?
For me, it is always what you're going through, because everything is a story. You know what I mean? Everything, when you wake up in the morning, it's a story. As soon as you open up your eyes, it's like, yep, okay, so I open up my, it's a story. Everyone has one. So and I'm living in the moment, you know. That makes it more convicting. I mean, it means you mean it. You can, if someone comes to you and they throw words at you and they say, here, sing this song, which was how it always started for me, how it started for me. You know, you're throwing words at me and you're saying, here, sing this song. And if I can't relate, I'm not going to sing it with feeling. I'm not going to even, you know, every song is a story. It's a story, a beginning, a middle, and an end. That's how you wrote it. That's how you read it. That's how you feel it. Then you put it in a song. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Because the story comes first. I really don't think the music comes first for me. It's always the story. And then you get that beat and then you can feel it. For me. Um, and the story is whatever is happening at the time. I went back and forth, and I really don't usually, but I remember going back and forth with one producer who had, here, I want you to sing this song, and I said okay, and I listened to it, and at the time I was going through it, and I was like, I can't even relate to that at all. That sounds crazy to me. Let me get something that I can. And he was a little bit put off because I didn't want the one he gave me, but once he heard the one that I pulled out, you know, I corresponded with a girl and I sat down and I told her what I was going through. Next thing you know, her and I just had a song, and I'm very good with collaborating. Because for me, you know, I'll sit there all day and go, I need somebody to come on, Kim, pull it out of me. Somebody to pull it out of me. That's always a scenario. Um, and that's what she did. And then next thing you know, we had a song, and that's what it was. And once I sang it, he understood it. I'm gonna sing it differently. I'm not gonna sing it fake. I'm gonna sing it for real. Cause I could fake it. I could sing the song and act like I mean it, but why? Why fake it?
Yeah, I mean, then you won't get that. Then
Then you
I
don't get
think
the
you don't
real.
get the real.
You
Yeah, you
don't get
don't
the
feel it as
real.
much. I
Mm-mm.
100% agree. And then,
Yep.
so how do you feel like your music has evolved over the time? Like you know,
It
because
has just the people that I'm working with, because you know the first dance tracks were with Tony Moran, and that was fun. You know, I did Robert Clavillis. It was all of those guys that had their own thing going on, and it just evolved with the actual producers that called on me and said, let's do some stuff. Let's do some stuff. Tony had a different sound from the Shapeshifters. You know, the Shapeshifters have a different sound from some of my independent friends that I'm working with. You know, they have different sounds from a lot of the European artists that throw songs at me and want to do it all day long. I'm accepting of all of it. I'm accepting of all of it because I'm a Gemini, so I could be this girl today and that girl tomorrow.
mm, mm,
Salute.
I
Hey,
love that.
Kimberly,
I love
Kimberly,
it.
Yes,
Kimberly. I
yes.
just wanted to know how were you in a girls group as a teenager in the '80s, and you're only 25 now?
Yes, come on now, talk about it.
Wait, you know what's funny? I
That's
was sitting there
ridiculous.
saying she was in a group in the 80s. You look like you look like you
No,
like
I
my age
was
or
in a
younger. What
group.
the
I
heck?
was in a group in the 80s, yo. I swear to God, when somebody sent me a clip of the video and I laughed until I died. I was like, this is awesome. This is awesome. Oh
No,
my
but listen,
Oh
God.
my
I
Just
got a
think
god.
serious
about it.
question. Listen, I got a serious question though for you.
Yes.
What do you, besides results and the money, of course,
Right.
what are two aspects that you look for in the people that you connect with, like artists, whatever, producers, manage, whoever you work with? What are two qualities that you look for most in them?
What I would the one that I have in myself is humble. Like you gotta be humble.
Okay.
And then you also have to be fierce. So you have to be fierce, but you have to be humble.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Because the minute you're not, that's the minute you go, no, I got this. And that's when you walk on stage, trip and fall. Your lip is bleeding, but the show must go on. See,
Okay.
that's when you're not humble. So stay there. But when you're being humble, please bring it. Always bring it. No matter what else is going on. Don't worry about what that person is doing. Don't worry about what that person is doing. Be fierce, but stay humble.
Mm.
And everything, so that's what I'm expecting from somebody else. I get along. I'm the easiest thing to work with in the studio. Producers, musicians, everybody loves it. I'm
Okay.
in and out. I have the ear. I'm in and out. I'm tripling my own vocals, whatever. I'm calling ringers in to do stuff. It's a good thing. People love me in the studio. So if we don't have if we having a hard time, it's because of them. It ain't because of
It's not my fault.
it ain't my
I love
fault.
it.
Wow.
I
Shoot.
love
I
it.
got two questions for you, lovely
Yes.
Kimberly. One is how did you feel when you first heard your record on the radio? Number
Oh
one.
yeah. Okay,
And number
well,
two,
yes.
what was the record?
Okay, so the first one was obviously Petite. And so we're 16 and the song came on the radio a couple of times and I can't remember what DJ it was. It might have been Crocker, who knows. Somebody was playing it at the time because back then you had to pay to get your stuff played. And that was amazing because we were in school and it was like crazy. Like it was like now we were like little celebrities in the school as well. So that was a thing. But I can promise you, still stayed humble. That's why all of those same people are still all of my friends. Nobody hates. Nobody was mad. You always gonna have a hater. You always gonna have those. But it wasn't a bunch of people going, "Oh my gosh, she thinks she cute. I can't stand that bitch." It wasn't that. And I'm telling you, we were in high school. It could have been plenty of that. I could have got jumped every day. What are you talking about? What are you
Different
talking
era.
about? So, that was that. And then the second one was with and I don't know if it was so much the radio, if it was a club. Like it
Mhm.
was in a club and it was loud and it was blasting and people were hitting me up saying, "Oh my God," like they were hitting me up and like whatever wherever they were at, whatever was going on, that's what they were doing. So that was around the time when it was being played. So that was awesome. It feels like not you have arrived yet, but it's a start. It's not you have arrived yet because it's not on spin. It's not 100,000 times a day, but it's like it's a start of yay, we're here. And that's just what it was. I never took it as um I never took it for granted that it was something that was going on, but I also didn't take it as this is it and this is all that it has to be. It has to be more. A more has to come after this. This is
Right.
just the beginning.
I love
Got you.
that.
Thank you.
I
Yeah.
love that. And then, do you have any like, because you perform with Chic?
Yeah.
What's like your most memorable experience performing with them?
One of the shows where I lost it was in Sydney, at the Sydney Opera House. So I have performed in Carnegie Hall prior to that, and I know the effect of when you sing. Those places are built for that. So when you sing, your voice hits the back of that wall, but it comes back at you, pow, pow, smacks you in the face.
Mm.
So that's the vibe that you get in any of those places like that. When I opened up my mouth in the Sydney Opera House, and I realized that there were people behind me as well, because it's like you're in the center, So I turned around and I saw all of those people, and I heard that one note that I hit. They couldn't shut me up. I'm feeling like they had to like drag me out of that place. Because they could not understand why I was still singing. I was singing, there wasn't even no music. I was still singing because I couldn't even understand. It was amazing. It was the best thing ever. And that's what I remember musically. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
Every place else is like, oh, the weather's awesome, the food is great. But that place it was amazing because it made me want to sing more. I was flying around the stage like a lunatic, literally. The people behind me would look because I was giving them love. Like nobody else was talking to them. I was like, yeah, I was losing it. It was so much fun. So
Them
when I'm
acoustics,
excited,
baby.
when I'm excited, that's the bar. I have already raised the bar because as a lead singer, now you got to step up to where I'm at. So everybody got to get on my page, and that was usually my job.
That's awesome. I love acoustics, man. You hit.
Girl,
I know.
try
I
and
know
shut
the
me up.
clarity.
Try
Like,
and shut me up.
oh no.
Try it.
I love it. I love it.
So
I love
Yeah,
funny.
it.
it's hard to believe it's been 7 years. I remember I was there when you did the when you first came out with My Fire, at the Monster. That was
Yes.
7 years ago already.
Yes, it was.
It goes
Yes,
by
it was.
quick.
I love Facebook. Facebook kills me when it pops stuff up on there and reminds you, be like, oh, right. Thanks, Facebook.
Yes.
Yes, I remember that. Yes, that was a good time. That was so much fun with Tony Moran.
Yeah.
That was good times. See, everything has a timing.
I love it. And you're from Brooklyn, right?
I
What part of
am.
Brooklyn? Where
I'm
in
from
Brooklyn are you?
yeah, so I'm Brooklyn. It's Fort Greene, Clinton Hills, Park Slope.
Okay. Okay, because I'm from Brooklyn as well. I'm from Flatbush. So
Flatbush.
yes. Yeah. Very
Yes. Okay.
familiar with that area
Of
though. So
course, of course. No, you know all parts. When you're from Brooklyn, you know all parts.
girl.
You know all parts. Nobody
Yes.
can say you could say Marine Park, and I'll be like, mm-hmm.
I know where that is.
Exactly. Don't play with me.
Well, tell us how being because Brooklyn was something to behold in the
Yes.
80s, honey. So
Yes.
tell us how that shaped your upbringing and the way you your how your creative process and how it helped you in your career.
Yeah, first of all, the only child. So
Mm,
that means
mm,
and the only child and just me and my mom. So it was basically I had to be everything. So I had to defend myself. There was no I'm gonna get my sister to kick your butt. Nope. I'm gonna have to stand there and get her done or get beat down, like eat out or whatever it's gonna be. If I'm gonna get jumped, if she's gonna beat me up, if I'm gonna pick something up. That was what was going on when you're the only child and you're little. I'm little. I'm like 5'3" and a half. You know what I'm saying? So I'm little. So but the attitude was always like, listen, um, I'm not gonna tolerate a lot of it. So let's just keep it. Just let's everybody play nice because I'm not gonna tolerate a lot of it. And that's just people ask me to this day, like, where does that come from? It comes from literally being the only child growing up in Brooklyn. Literally being the only child growing up in Brooklyn, you had to make sure you was good because again, at a certain age, we were everywhere in Brooklyn. We were all over places we shouldn't have been. I don't know how I'm still here. I have survived and everything. Stray
Child.
bullets. You know what I'm saying? Crackhead friends. You know what
It's,
I mean? Like,
Yeah,
come
yeah,
on.
yeah.
So,
it's
I
like a theme park. It's like a theme
yes,
park. You
yes. So you
survived
had
Brooklyn.
listen, we used to. My mama used to be like, "Don't pass that corner, honey." I lived on Ocean and Parkside by Prospect Park. My butt was all the way at Kings Plaza.
no. Of course it
Okay,
was wrong, wrong as can be.
gone.
Wrong as can be. I can't even call. I can't even tell you what project I was in Brownsville. I don't know. I was just there.
I used to
So
do the same
it's
thing.
that kind of thing. So you just had to, but again, God watches over babies and fools. He knew we ain't know no better, and we didn't mean no harm. So
Uh-huh.
he got us through all of it by the skins of our teeth, because we did not again mean any harm. So but that life was once music started, once I started really doing that whole thing, that was the focus. That was the focus. I mean, come on, I'm already in high school doing shows. That
Mm.
was it from then on. 14 was junior high school when you got that summer youth gig. When you got that summer youth gig, I don't care. I don't need nobody to buy me nothing. I'm going to work. Like that was me at
Yes.
14, and that's ever since. So when music started at 16, that's 2 years later, y'all. You know what I mean? 2 years later, I'm already professionally singing. That's what it was, and it was never a turn back.
Mm,
Mm.
mm, mm.
Sound like playtime to me.
Right? Exactly.
Yeah,
That's what it was.
absolutely. So Rebel is alluding
Mhm.
to we have a game
Yeah.
time, but I just want to before we go to our
Right,
game
right, right,
time, we want
right.
to
Okay.
get your advice for anyone coming into the industry and interested in any emergence, for the emerging artists that are interested in house music and disco
Yes.
because those genres seem like they're kind of making a little bit of a comeback.
Yes. We love
Um,
them.
yes, yes, yes.
Yes,
So
we
tell
love them.
us.
Do it and just do it. Get involved. Come out. Um, and indulge in what else is going on. Just don't get in the studio. Go out there and see what everybody else is doing.
Right.
Wherever you live. I live right now. I'm in Jersey City. There's stuff at the pier. There's a lot of things going on. House music all night long. Okay, because it is making a comeback. So just get out there and do it. And please be careful with who you're dealing with. Please be careful with who you're dealing with. Please, that's it. Be fierce. Stay humble. Okay, and pay attention, stay woke, because we already know that the industry is very shady. So everybody, people have to, we have to pay attention. And you don't, and we can do this. Get out here on our own. That's what all these social levels are about. For us to just get out on our own. We don't really need to be bound and tied to anybody. You know what I mean? Just get out there and do it. Do it on all levels. Don't be afraid. If somebody says to you, hit a note, hit that note. What you afraid of?
Right.
You know, I give vocal lessons.
Right.
When I say that, I'm saying somebody could be in the room. If somebody could have just heard you hit one good old note and they put you on, you never know. If you're shy, you lost it and you blew your chance. I'm done. You know, if you're about it, be about it.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I was gonna
Right.
say read those contracts because that was what.
Uh-uh. Read them 3 times. Read them 3 times. Pass them to somebody else. Let them read them 3 times. That's what it is.
All right, Austin, you up, brother?
What we doing?
Miss Kimberly Davis, first of all, it's an honor and a privilege to have you here.
Hi,
The
darling.
show is entertaining. Thank you. Just appreciate your time and your effort. But now, here's the thing. This is my part of the show. Now,
Okay.
your mission, should you choose to accept it, this is called the playtime. Okay, the playtime is where we have a wheel. We have a wheel with 6 songs now.
Yes.
Whatever number you pick, and that's the song that you tell us about. We got 6 songs once again.
Okay.
Whatever number it lands on, you're gonna tell us. We're gonna give you the name of the song, but then you're gonna tell us what inspired you about this song. Where was you at when the song was out, and your most embarrassing moment when the song was out. Now that's
Okay.
your mission. Should you choose to accept it?
I got it. I'm accepting all of it.
Okay, let's roll it.
Roll it. What song is that? What is that?
Dr. Khan through the fire.
Ah!
Chaka Khan through the fire.
Oh my God. Okay. I this song was, first of all, this was high school all day long. Um, Everyone thought they were Shaka Khan back then. You know, we're in school, so whatever Shaka Khan song came on, we were singing it. And I do remember in the group Petite that was Tisha's song. Tisha sang that song through the fire, and we went and did a show at another school, and it was in our set, and we were gonna sing it. They had Fogger on, and we all started choking on stage while we're singing through the fire because we're kids. So we got these high pitched voices, and we're all like, and Tisha's like, and that was the most amazing thing on earth. To this day, to this day, if I see it, to this day, I have been traumatized. So to this day,
Uh,
that's amazing that song popped up, because that was Tisha's little song, and we would sing a background, everything, and everybody's all cute, and that Fogger, and we were like, oh, okay, Fogger, all right, cough, 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 show end, show over.
Oh man.
let's
Oh
roll
my
another
God.
one.
Yes, let's
Yes.
do another one.
What song is that?
Oh, that's a familiar one.
I think you
Turn
know a
that
little
one.
bit about that
I
one.
do, I do. I do. I remember the song coming out and me being like, 10-ish, and I was being babysat because, first of all, the whole album cover with the two girls, two disco girls on it, that was etched in my mind since I saw it. Like with the day that I laid eyes on it, I was like, oh my God, I love this album cover. And I was a kid. I don't know why I was infatuated with that album cover, but I was. And so that was just one thing about the song. But when I remember it being New Year's Eve, and my mom was out, and I was being babysat by my favorite two aunties, and they could not get me to go to sleep. I was dancing. Those, when I say they gave me champagne to shut me up, to put me to, until they gave me
Wait, what's that?
champagne. And I'm telling it. I had to be, I was like 10, like 9 or 10, and I was just hyped the whole night. And they were like, ugh. and they just started letting me drink champagne, and that's how I passed out that New Year's. That was amazing.
Oh my gosh, that's
From
hilarious.
dancing off of a freak out, from dancing off that album.
Yes, that's hilarious. And at
Wow.
10 years
The
old, no
freak.
less.
Yeah.
Our parents and aunties used to do some crazy stuff with us back in the day.
And every time they came and got you, you
Wow.
was like, bye to your mom.
Uh-huh.
You was ready to go, ready to go.
Oh,
From TV
man.
Land, what was the name of the song? Nobody yelled it out just now.
Nobody yelled it out. You said
No, the
somebody yelled
song.
out.
The song that you were just talking about.
Oh, freak out.
Yeah.
The freak, yeah, she could.
Y'all heard it first from Kimberly Davis. We get some tea today.
That's what it was. That's what it was.
It's about that time
Can we
again.
get-
Let's do it.
You want-
Yep.
You can do another
Can we
one.
get one more?
Yeah,
Yes.
we got time.
Ooh.
Oh,
Which one? I can't see it. What's it?
This is Luther
Luther
Vandross.
Vandross, Better Love.
Better Love.
Oh,
Better
okay.
Love.
I'm trying to figure out what the song. Okay, where was I? Oh my goodness. Okay, not as grown as I thought I was. I can tell you that much. Anyhow, Luther came out. It was, we thought we were grown, but we really wasn't. And that is the party at the community room. In the community room, come on, y'all, we going to the community room to have this a little party, and you turn the lights off and you play Luther, and that's the song that's playing, and you dancing with the guy that you thought, the boy that you thought was the cutest thing in the neighborhood, and you finally had that moment. Oh, bye. Out of here.
I remember those days. Lord have mercy.
Ugh.
Oh, was in somebody's house in their basement with the lights turned off and a bunch of
I was about to
music
say,
blasting?
just
You had no
yes,
business.
turn the lights low down or off. Absolutely.
Oh my
That
gosh.
is
Oh
hilarious.
my
That
gosh.
is funny. That's funny as hell.
We actually got time for another one. Let's do it.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's do one more.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Mm.
Rick James, Super Freak.
Okay,
Super
yes.
freak.
Okay, I'm gonna say it one more again. Woo-wee. That's junior high school. That was very much junior high age. Madison Square Garden. I went to go with my cousins. It was a mob of us. We all went to the garden to go see Rick James, and the Mary Jane girls opened up, and we were getting our lives. And Rick came on, and he sang all of his songs, and then he threw joints out to the audience. We got our life that day. That was amazing.
Yeah.
I just kept it all the way real. Don't ask me no questions if you don't want to really know.
Oh man, we want that. That's action. We love it.
Yeah. That's what we want to hear. I want the juicy stuff.
That's what happened.
Yeah, our show is fun and entertaining. We try to keep it real, but we don't need to ask you all the crazy questions. We want to ask you the real stuff.
No, yeah, of
We
course.
want to feel that vibe of when you grew up and how you got in, and then what you're doing now. You know, that's what we are. We're very classy when it comes to that. You're a very classy
Oh, I
lady.
just wanted to
Yes,
throw
you
something
are.
in real
Thank you.
quick too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Real quick.
Yes.
I'm going to
What
let
you say,
Kimberly
John?
say it. But no, I was going to say I'm going to let you say it. But
What?
it's not. We're not going to air probably before by tomorrow. But if you're in the New York area, Miss Kimberly is hosting the Sugar Bar on 72nd Street tomorrow. I'll be in the building for that.
Yes.
So I just want to throw that in.
And that's
Nice.
always a good
Yeah.
time. That's always a good time because
Yeah.
when you perform a lot, you kind of tend to be extra. So
Yeah.
she had a host that was there every week, and then he passed. So now it's a different host every week. So I make sure that when I'm there, I use my band that I rehearse with, and we do different themes. So one week I came in there and it was all I did disco, but then I also did house. So it was two. Then I did like a Curtis Mayfield theme, and I asked the people, like, y'all figure it out. So when you hear the makings of you, and then you turn around and go, and then you hear something else, something from Claudine or something else, or get on up. You don't know where I'm going with it until you really, when the people catch on to my themes, it's awesome sauce. So that's what makes it funny. So the last one we did, I just gave a tribute to Val, and I pulled out songs that she hadn't heard in years. And one of my singers sang a song. I made her do the research, and she sang a song that she never ever heard anyone sing. Val said, I wrote that song for Corinne Bailey Rae. We have both lost our husbands. So it turned into a story after the
Wow.
girl, after, you know what I'm saying? Just
Yeah.
because we did the research. Val was she cried. We sang one song that was one of Nick's favorites. When I said she jumped out her seat and got on stage and played the piano, it lasted for about 15 minutes because we got the Holy Spirit up in there. We carried on in there just for that. She said to me, what's your address? She sent me a chain that she had on that I peeped that night, and I looked and I said, that's cute. I said it in my head. I was like, and then I saw her daughter with it, and then I saw her bestie. I said, oh, it must be a girl's thing. I said, I see what's going on. Only for her to send it to me in the mail. And I was like,
Right.
Wow.
Okay.
I was like, okay, girl. Okay. Because she got it. She understood it. I didn't sing solid as a rock. I didn't sing that. You know what I'm saying? I went to the left with it. I pulled out songs. And she was like, what? We sang stuff like that, and she started dancing, dropped it like it was hot. So I promise you, the good sugar bar is a good time.
Yeah.
So we like to talk about where you started and stuff, but also tell us what you're doing now so that we can keep up with you, so
Yes,
that the audience can keep up with you. We know you got Sugar Bar tomorrow, but what
absolutely.
else is happening? What else do you have on the
Yes,
schedule?
absolutely. So I am now collaborating with my girl who I used to sing with in Chic. She was in the band before the pandemic. And we were together for years. We were sisters, like regardless, no matter what we were going through, whether we hadn't slept, whether we fought, whether we laughed, cried, whatever it was, that was my sister. So when she left, I was truly devastated. So now we're working back again together, and we are, yes, do à la mode, meaning two in fashion, which is what we were striving for when we were in Chic, because it's a very, Chic itself was very, Halston, Gucci, Fiorucci. It was very that. So that was the vibe that we were giving, and now we're giving it with just us, and it's awesome. People are all over. They're in love with that idea alone, because you don't really get to see that. You know what I'm saying? Just two black women just being very swaggerlicious, giving you vintage, but not, because the 70s is not an Afro puff, y'all. It's not all about an Afro puff. Again, I said Halston and Fiorucci. You know what I'm saying? So there was a model vibe in the 70s that was hot. And
Yes,
so
agreed.
that's what we're bringing, because that's what we know our niches, and that's what we look really good in. And Paris is all over it. They are loving us as a little duo thing. So do a la
Absolutely.
mode we gave them life, and we said do a la mode.
I love that. I
Shout
love
That
that.
out
was
to
And then
giving homage.
yeah.
yes, yes, yes. And give us your social media handles. Where can everyone find
Oh
you?
yes, okay. So it's
Up
on
with you.
Instagram. Yes, so we just got it together on Instagram and Facebook. It's Deux a la mode, right? And that's definitely meaning two in fashion, and that's what we're bringing. We've been together for so long that that when we were apart for these years and we came back together, it was like we never left. So that means that this is meant to be, and we're going to carry on. And that's how you can find us on Instagram. You have to make sure you love us, because we're adorable.
Yes, you are.
Mhm.
If
Yeah.
she said anywhere near as adorable as you are, you guys are
Yeah.
phenomenal. And I can't wait to see. I can't wait to see and hear your music.
Oh
I
yes,
can't
so
wait to
much
see it.
fun. We're in the studio. We're doing everything, because now I have the time to do it. I was on the road and 24/7, and it was just all of that, and I wanted to do me. So now it's time to do me.
Yeah. Make sure you
Absolutely.
get us your music when you have some. When you guys have.
First thing,
Yes.
first thing.
Mm.
John already knows.
Yes. 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 Can't wait to
Yep.
hear it. I
I
John knows
love
love
what to
it.
that.
do. John
Yes.
knows what to do. I'm rubbing
He
look, look
knows
He
what
rubbing
to
does.
my
do.
hands.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Rubbing my hands right now.
Yes, we need that. Most definitely.
Yes. Some real music and some.
Yes, and that's what
The,
we're doing. I love a melody. I love a hook. I love some
mm,
background. You know what I'm
can we?
saying?
Yeah. Can we
I
have a
love I
bridge?
love a little
Like
gospel rant every once in a while. I love an Afro house
yes.
beat. I love
Yes.
an Afro house beat. What is good? So that's what I'm doing. And I don't care if I'm where I'm doing it at. I can do it on the stoop right here. Holla.
Oh, wow.
Nobody's mad. Nobody will be upset.
Music is universal. You listen
It
to it.
is.
Hey, you just
People,
said
I've gone
that.
places. I have gone places where they don't even speak the language, but they know every word to My Forbidden Lover. Like, how does that even happen?
How? That to me is a testament of
Yes.
girl.
No, it is. It's you.
Yeah, it
Music
is.
is it. Music is international, and it's very. It does calm. It does calm the savage beast. I promise you.
I
It does
agree.
calm the savage beast. And once you start playing the music, everybody's like, "Oh, okay." Now we're bopping our heads. Now
Mhm.
nobody's mad that the movie hasn't started.
Right,
So
exactly.
You know what I mean?
one of the pioneers in this genre, let's break it down because I got house heads out here and I got disco heads out here.
Okay.
Give me just a little bit of inkling of house disco.
An inkling of it, meaning the difference.
Yeah, the difference as far as your perspective, because it's coming from you, so it's love.
My perspective is disco music is I'm gonna have a drink, I'm gonna smoke a joint, and I'm gonna twirl all night long, and I'm going to scream and sing my ass off. That's what I'm gonna be doing. I'm gonna be singing all night. Let me out. I'm gonna be screaming, singing, and doing all of that and twirling while I am under the influence. That's what I get from disco. What I get from Afro house is I feel like I want to sweat. I don't want a dance partner at all. I just want to dance by myself and not even have my eyes open and just let the beat, that African beat that is already in me, let my whole entire body feel that. I don't want to sing nothing. I don't want no words in it. I just want to feel the beat of the music in house music. It's different. It's
Yeah, it
different.
is different. Shout out
Yeah.
to everybody out there between
Yeah.
disco, house, and all the other Afro,
Yes.
Latino,
Yes.
all the
Oh my
genres.
God. Yes.
Yeah, we love it all.
Bomba,
Yes.
bomba, bomba, blana, all of that.
Yeah,
All of
it's
it.
an
Yes,
honor
yes,
having you on here, Kimberly Davis.
Yes. Thank you so much. This was
absolutely.
awesome.
It was an
Yes.
honor and a privilege. Yeah.
Thank you
Yes, I
guys. And I'm
really,
keeping you
really
posted
enjoyed this.
for real.
So much more. So we definitely got
Thank
to have you
you.
back on the show. So we got to find out
Yes.
what the schedule is. John,
Yes.
JC,
Mhm.
Yeah.
he does
Yes.
not his head. He's not saying nothing.
No, I'm here. I'm here.
The coolest guy on the planet.
I love it. I love it. He
Oh
really
my
is.
gosh.
You
So
guys
thank
rock the
Awesome.
bells.
Can you give us
Yeah, go ahead.
What?
Go ahead.
no, can you give us a quick drop? This is the playback on Blazing 420. So just say, hey, this is Kimberly Davis. Welcome to the playback on Blazing 420.
Yes. Hello, hello, hello. This is Kimberly Davis on the playback at 420. Keep listening. Mwah.
Thank you so, so much. We love you. You are an amazing
Bye,
guest. Thank you
guys.
so
Thank
much. We
you.
love
I
you.
love
Yes.
it. See you
Yes.
soon.
Yeah, see you
Bye.
soon.
Bye.
All right, bye bye.